Hi, Victor Morganti here from Fact Engine. Today we'll be looking at loading a NORMA.orm file into the Boston conceptual modeling software where that NORMA file has errors. So before us we've got the Boston conceptual modeling software. I'll just switch over to Visual Studio and you'll see that I've got a NORMA file open in Visual Studio with a very simple model, object role model on a page within that model, and it has a fact type linking a person entity type and a car type, and that fact type has no fact type reading and it doesn't have any internal uniqueness constraints. There's another binary fact type joined to the person entity type that has a role that isn't joined to any other object type within the model. It's also missing a fact type reading and doesn't have any internal uniqueness constraints. In the error list inside NORMA in Visual Studio, you can see various errors listed there for that model, and that's the errors we just looked at. So I've saved that model. We'll go back to Boston and we'll load that model as a .orm file, and we'll see how Boston handles the errors. So go to Models, right click and go to Import .orm NORMA file, and I've got it here. Now immediately it comes up with a message box with an exclamation saying the NORMA.orm file you are attempting to load contains model errors. Do you wish to proceed? If you decide to proceed, Boston will do its best to compensate for those errors. So we'll proceed with that, and now it's importing the ORM file. It's come up with a warning. So the fact type person missing in the NORMA ORM file is in error and has a role that is joined to nothing. Boston will load the fact type without the role that joins nothing, and has a recommendation there: fix the errors in the NORMA ORM files before loading into Boston. So what it's going to do is load the fact type with a role that joins to nothing, but it's going to ignore the role that joins to nothing because Boston doesn't allow that. So we'll hit OK on that. Now it's finished loading the model. It says, do you want to store that as XML or save to a database? It's only a very small model, so we'll save that to a database. And in the left hand side in the Model Explorer you can see the model's been loaded. So we'll open the page for that model and we can see it's the same model that's in the NORMA in Visual Studio. We'll go to the error list and refresh that, and you'll see 3 errors listed there, and these 2 fact types coded in red to say that they have errors. So the errors are that there's no fact type reading for this particular fact type, and there's no internal uniqueness constraint, and there's no fact type reading for this unary fact type. So that was a binary fact type in NORMA, but Boston doesn't allow roles that join to nothing, especially when importing from NORMA. So the errors are still there. It's Boston's imported the model with the errors, and you can see the errors in the error list. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you like the video, please hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.